Better. Oh, I haven't. You right here. A little better. No. She's growing a lot, isn't she? Better. This is Halloween day, and the veil is thin, right? We have the thin veil, the veil between other dimensions. And I'm definitely interdimensional. I've been feeling it and noticing some trippy stuff. And so I'm just glad to have a cat in my life. And pardon the look here, it's partly the light, right? It's a different ambiance here. I could put even yet more light, artificial lighting on that will give us a give us a little good little happiness. So we've been going through it's going to be November 1st, and we're heading up towards the first Pluto opposition, but we're enjoying the Mars-Neptune aspects, and it helps me a bit see some things. I'm a Martian person, so it's kind of Mars astrology here. I have the little Baba. She's just a little sweetheart. Oh, yes, little sweetie. No, she's so special, so wonderful, so great. Thank you for going up and down and up and down with me. I'm a Martian person, so we have this Mars aspect in Cancer, which it opposes Pluto, but the main feature of it is that see, Mars is in its retrograde shadow because it's going to be going retrograde and not before going into Leo, which is exciting, but then it goes back into Cancer, which is, it's kind of hard on me anyway because I have, well, anybody who has the late cardinal planets, so just in general, it's going to cause some strange effects, particularly for our temperaments, I would say, and possibly our physical bodies. And of course, it's tied into our emotions somehow because we do have the Cancerian. It's Mars there in the Cancerian planet, zodiacal sign. I've given her a little speech, It's constant lessons about how to be a good little sweetheart. She's got a lot of dragon in her, and I don't really want to get into it right now. Thanks for watching this moment here. She's just growing exponentially, right? And she's just ever so still just a cute little baby. So yeah, it does get us into a little bit. It should be exaggerating or making more aggressive our intuitive natures, our, I want to say, maternal tendencies, because it is Cancer, Mars there, um, but it's an uncomfortable place for Mars to be, like, stuck in, because Mars wants to be very much aggressive and vigorous and not calm like that, and kind of just taking risks and everything that Mars you can think of, like that. It rules war and everything. This is the cutest little Baba. She's getting into playing a lot, hell of a lot, right? And so we just got through sleeping a little and eating a little, and now maybe it's time to play or cuddle. But okay, so yeah, getting into our nurturing. So for me, and for a lot of people who have no trouble displaying their emotions and anger, you know, it's like time to calm down. It's almost like becoming more and more just like, wow, I can finally get a breath of fresh air or peace or something. Like, it's hard to explain because we are going to experience. It's fascinating, is what it is. It's not almost fascinating that it is in retrograde shadow. It's in Cancer. It does oppose Pluto, and we have a Pluto-ruled sun while this happens. By the way, in water, he says water signs, and Neptune seems to be really a factor that is hidden to me, even though I think, yes, it's still going backwards. This means clarity is happening that could be disturbing for a lot of people because there's a lot of deception, and that's what that's there for right there, is to help us along with that. But the other thing too, Sagittarius Venus, if it's squaring Saturn, I think that's what it's going to be doing. Pardon me, the cat is getting ferocious, but just a little steam. Oh, nah. Oh, she's just a little sweetie. She's a dragon. She's got a lot of dragon in there. Pardon me while I try to move her. Isn't it funny to look at the mama? So she's very fiery, and she's fascinated by the wood stove, you know, the air current, and she looks at it. She loves it. She tried to jump inside the fire the other day in the fireplace. She likes caves. She goes around. Oh, she's getting really spunky now, and I just don't really want her to do it on me. But I have a little toy for her. Oh, I have all kinds of toys for her over there in the background. Here we'll have to get it all going for us. Ah, she might be hungry. Yeah, she might be a little hungry though. Have to get her some food. And so I was hoping to be able to get some donations into my PayPal account. Why not? Why not mention it every once in a while? You know, I can sure use it, but I guess I'm doing okay. I panic a lot. I think there's love in my life. Of course, if I have a little sweetheart, there must be love. But I don't know. I'm doing things kind of strangely, which is very dangerous, I guess. What I mean is I'm doing things dangerously, which is very strange. I'm kind of a practical person, you know, and I don't like feeling unstable. I have Venus in Earth. Talk about getting back to Venus. Right now, it's in Sagittarius, and it's gonna square to, if I remember right. See, now we're flipping the page. This is the last page in October, and so Venus is already at 15 degrees Sagittarius, tearing through Sagittarius. Mercury is at the late degree of Scorpio, and it's going to be trining Neptune over here. That's a very spiritual aspect. The Mercury trine Neptune in the air. See, nobody talks about these spiritual, like, relief zones, because everybody has lost their sense of spirituality, I guess. And really, it's our sense of artistry and our healthy imagination connected to, well, the vast amount of consciousness that is here as an experiential reality. So, yes, thanks for sitting through the videos that I'm going through ups and downs, you know. I'm trying to keep it to where I can just surround myself with influences that are in favor of anything I want, really, and it's usually I want to be happy, basically, right? And it's not really dependent on other things first, but no, it helps to have God, this conversation. See, I own property and a home, and it's like there's tons of stuff you can always think of on a daily basis, like thousands of things that you would like to do and repair and take care of. But I'm good at narrowing it down moment to moment, and therefore we don't think about any of the repairs on the house or any of the stuff. But we're gonna, if we do think about anything like that, it's so overwhelming. We're just gonna skip over to the subject of the cabal and why is it everything looks so weird? And are you okay with the process of life that requires us to like see right through it, see through Maya, see through the illusion? Like, seriously, man, see that little baby back there who's playing? That's just a program. She's programmed. You can find out her variation of her programming, which I'm pretty sure she's a dragon, cat, Gemini, possible Cancer influence, and so there's a lot. But basically, even her as part of the whole, I guess you could say, soul, she's just watching it. She's like, man, I'm a cat, and it's okay. Thanks for listening to this. See, it's important to get on the light side of life because it can just get compounding, right? The things that can lead up to, um, I would just say straight up now that because it's the day of death, I guess, uh, death, things that can lead up to death. Very illusory though, so I don't know if you can appreciate some moments of beauty and calm and peace and manifest it as much as you possibly can. See, I like to move things around for that matter to make it so that we can see exactly. Oops, leave it to me. Is everything okay over there? Yeah, she's okay. She has toys. She's such a good girl about playing with all her toys and stuff. And she's just a cat. She has see that toy right there. How are you doing? Hey, thanks for your donations. If you did make a donation, I am trying to recover in a lot of ways. It's been very hard for the past 3 years, and I don't really want to get into it. But I can try and I need to recover myself, right? But I'm finding out that I hate this video, and also because I'm about to say about this, the Neptune. Let's get back to it. How it's been opposing my Venus for the past 3 years, and that's very difficult aspect when you have an outer planet aspecting your personal planet. It depends on what planet it is, especially if it's Pluto or Neptune, but Pluto, boy. Yeah, see, we're heading into a time where it's like, just breathe while everything kind of crumbles apart, that you realize it's like, well, when you really look at the Pluto, I mean, the late degree Capricorn Earth, it's like, can you just rub your eyes a little bit and be grateful for the wealth that you do have around you, if it's just a little bit of your health that you have, that you're able to focus on such nonsensical things like the cat playing in the background and the little kitten, and realize just pour yourself into the darn thing, because there's plenty of other things that are kind of seems to be going against your ability to relax. See, we're not getting out of that call quite yet because Uranus is still in Taurus, and that could be a sneaky thing. See, I think, yeah, because we do have the Scorpio planets, whatever's in Scorpio, which is Mercury. See, they are concentrating, other astrologers are concentrating on this, that Mercury is going to square Uranus, and this is a very, very dangerous time. Actually, you want to be careful if you're a Mercury Uranus person, which I am, but no, it depends on if it aspects your planets, 2 degree and sign. But this is a water, well, it's a Mercury in water, Scorpio, square Uranus and Taurus. This is weird, this is it's already looking weird with the weather wars, right? And the weaponized version of everything. Um, that, well, boy, it's strange how nobody knows that that's really happening, but it is. And it's more interesting to dial in on how synthetic our surroundings are. Like they talk about how it's a simulation, and you have to pierce through many veils and get into, like, yes, you're very, like, the very atomic molecular structure might be something you need to question, like, how is it rendering into our perception? Like, what am I doing on a level of consciousness where this is real? You should ask yourself that. I mean, I feel kind of getty when I say it to myself, because I'm an artist. I'm a free will kind of entity that the cabal hates, and the rest of the backdrop people, they've got me on, definitely has me on lockdown. It's time to escape, though, isn't it? Isn't it time to just kind of creep out of the box a little bit and say, and furthermore, we still need cash. Here I'm getting a reminder of how many pennies I have left in my so-called bank account. And I'm somebody who doesn't need much, but I have a hell of a lot going for me. As far as I don't have much money, but I have a lot that I could just liquidate it and walk around with a purse. Oh God. I like having a stable home and love in my life myself, and it's like, is there some way we can reach a balance? And boy, when we talk about that, we look at Libra. Were we talking about Libra? Well, it's Venus ruled, but I was really trying to talk about how that there's a Uranus Mercury aspect. It squares right there. Be careful. When does it hit exact? Well, we'll have to turn the page and look at. It's hitting exact. Well, it must be hitting now. Oh, I'm sorry. It's pardon my lateness here. Just snapping to. Well, here it is. Yeah, it's on this very day. It's a big be careful for this Halloween. Like, be careful of your costume. Mercury Uranus square. It says aviation or boating accidents, most likely boating accidents, or even, I don't want to say submarine, but like mining equipment accidents. Keep your eye out for that. Just kidding. It's happening somewhere. No, anyway, I'm seeing through all the crap. Don't worry. So Mars, big epic thing, the way that it's in its retrograde shadow. We do have Neptune still going retrograde, and Mars is aspecting that, but see, it's going into Leo. It's going very slow. Okay, so Mars starts to go retrograde in December. Sorry, I keep saying January, but it's well into its retrograde phase when it's in January and it's heading back. It's just really peculiar that this is happening with the Mars. See, we're all going to go through it, and it keeps hitting Pluto and Neptune, and so. But then we have, yes, later on, towards Thanksgiving, I would say we have a Uranus, Sun square Uranus. It's just going to tag. The Sun squares Uranus every year, and it just happens to be around about um, the 18th. 17th of November. It's a hard aspect. It's difficult. If you know anybody with the middle degree fixed signs, Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio, and Leo, it's like full of drama. It's difficult, and we are going through a process of life that this stress and stuff like this. A lot of the biology can't handle it. It's like it's a breakdown. And having said this, I'm here to tell everybody, if you haven't been doing it already, is to watch your diet. Like, really switch over to just a main staple. Fast if you can. See, I naturally practice fasting, but it's important to not do it too much. Like, really, are you just starving? No, actually, I'm trying to figure out what the hell. Have you figured out what to eat? Anything? I live in the United States, and it's like, you mean really the truth? They're trying to tell us, well, learn to eat crickets, because why? Well, it's good protein. It's more pure. You're not being freaking poisoned by the darn FDA over there, and your doctor is not waiting for you. Who is that? I heard, should the doctors be wearing white coats instead of white coats? Should they be wearing the labels of the people who sponsor them and that they take the grants from and work for, or whatever, who embellishes in on their business? I don't know, sorry, but trying to feel good, trying to believe that it's real. That's a big thing. We have Venus going to be, pardon me, it's in Sagittarius, right? And so then we have Saturn gone retrograde clear to 12 degrees, and that made Venus square Saturn. Venus has already squared Saturn. That was hard. Wasn't it hard the past 3 days before Halloween here? I don't know about you, but it was hard for me. I don't know why I felt it so bad, except for it was squaring my Jupiter, and I'm having just issues about my financing, and you know how it can cause panic. And I keep thinking, well, you're only panicking over not coming up with $150. No wonder that you can never feel stable. Because, well, first of all, go get a job, right? And so anyway, but something tells me to keep making these videos somehow, and making them everything cut off. If anything, just keep in touch with some people. Sorry about the window over there. It seems like it would be a better deal to try to adjust the lighting every once in a while. But yes, happy Halloween. I do have, where's my hat? Do I have my hat here? Didn't I have a hat? And where did my kitten go? Did my kitten, see, this is a cool hat some woman made down the street. It's an eclipse hat, right? Or a moon phase hat. We have all the phases of the moon, kids. Not that it's a great idea or it looks great on me or anything, but I like it because it's warm. It does serve as warmth. And I like handmade things, and so I donated into that person when I had the money. I do that, believe it or not. So anyway, it's minute 22. Thanks for hanging on to this. Did a little astrology, and I was trying to talk about those Venus squares that, well, we've already had a Venus square Saturn. That's hard on love. Anybody that has a Venus square Saturn, they think that they have to they have to go through a lot, talk about the process of life to learn that what love really is, and it has nothing to do with hard work. That's the thing that's like, oh shit, what do you mean? Nah, talk about a technology here. That's the goal. If you finally reach the highest octave of love, boy, we're talking about lifetimes of, like, right now your ancestry is rooting for you. Are you simplifying yet? See, that's where we have that thing with the Uranus and Taurus over there, who is really vibrating and shaking us around and saying, will you calm down? Do you really need to do that? Like, do you really need to spend on stuff like that? Are you, it does question our money and how we live. What resources are we using? Like, what resources are we? Bottom line, because it's Venus ruled, and it makes us look at our love lives and that humanness, and it's supposed to be, right? Love and human are one. If you were to evolve into the highest possibilities to become love, right? And that's just to become human, and we've talked about it before. And so now we have Venus cruising right along, and it's going to square Neptune now, and that's in November on the 10th, and I'm hoping by the 10th I'll receive a donation for my pathetic self here. But I'm thinking it really does help, of course, with a lot of things. I was shocked about the way that it made me look at myself, right? And there's a lot that I have to work on as far as just can I just snap out of this Neptune opposed Venus. If you ever look it up, for me, yeah, the Pisces Virgo dynamic, everything happened really, and I'm still not out of it. I'm having to really put it on the table, like really be clear about like, okay, so what is this relationship about? Where is it going? What does it mean now? You know, and the best thing to know is that your love relationship is nothing but good, because it has to do with what you love, right? What you love of yourself, that's a big thing. And if you're a woman listening to this, it's huge. It's huge because the whole existence of the human ecology is dependent on your intelligence. Like, say, if you were to choose to reproduce, did you do it in the name of having found love and knowing what that is within and without yourself, right? See, that's the religion here, and I don't want to. I keep kind of talking about it, right? It's very controversial because, well, not everybody is making it. There's my cat back there. She's wanting to do something. She's just at the curious stage of doing things, right? And it's kind of cute as hell still, and I have to keep her from like grabbing onto me, right? And so, thanks for listening to all this. I was just checking in. I'll post this today because I don't think I have anything posted for Halloween, and I am just going through a certain transformation. I'm trying to trust what's coming at me that claims it as being love, and of course it's really the only so-called work we have to do is maybe to just get out of your own way, but for sure. And also, this is the thing: is it's I was about to say it's not always easy, but it is. It's not easy getting to the place where it's just easy, right? Like that you realize. See, that's the thing is you have to keep gauging. Well, do I feel better? Do I feel better? And it's very much a feeling. And so, thanks for listening to this. I would rather love to evolve away from a one-on-one, like thinking that we get it from other people, of course. See, that's where I was just trying to tell you that it's really your own self-love coming back at you kind of thing, right? And we're not all perfect with that, and we are always, I would have to say, we're always taking it higher. Not so much we, I'd say love is always taking us higher. It's going to take us so high that you would think we didn't have bodies anymore. Of course, we get as light as a feather or even helium, and our ability to grasp. Okay, if you become space itself, that wasn't love, babes. Of course it is. It's just this beautiful space that's not empty. It's purely aware. This moment now, you can call it. Yes, it is. That's where love is available only. And you can expand on that. See, that's what's happening out there. You want to talk about outer space? Whew, look at all of that and don't mind all the junk. But we're talking about just the space that allows it all. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Beyond the vacuous notion that people exist, or even human beings. What if it's just awareness having a human experience? And don't mind the transformation. Woo, right in front of your face? I say so. You don't want to get bound down with the illusion. Can you achieve enough outer space to where it's like a contact time when somebody really dense get next to you. They're like, oh, whoa, wait a minute. I just felt like I can breathe in and out. And it's like, put it on me, baby. Coin.